check it out, the all new Mitsubishi Triton. Hey, Mark from Fleet News Group here, and I'm out in regional South Australia, beautiful countryside, rolling hills, and I've got the new Mitsubishi Triton. This is a very important vehicle for Mitsubishi, especially in the fleet market. Now this one, obviously in this colour, this spec, it's probably not your fleet vehicle, but it's the one Mitsubishi are going to do to bring the brand alive. It's a beautiful looking truck. It's muscly, it's, I don't know, energetic. Armoured's a word they used during the product presentation, but it certainly is a great looking truck. But there's lots of features that fleet managers would be interested in, instead of the colour and instead of the look. For example, there's a brand new Euro 6 engine, which gives you more power, more fuel efficiency. There's an increased towing capacity, which means you can tow more. The tub is slightly longer as well, which means you can fit a full-size European pallet. And the cabin, the actual vehicle is longer and wider, so the cabin's more roomy. You can fit three adults across the back very easily. So it's a fantastic new car. It's new. It's not old new, it's not half new, half old, it's actually new. And when you drive it, you really experience it. So I hope you enjoy watching this video. We'll take you for a bit of off-road and a bit of on-road. And don't forget to like and subscribe and keep watching all our other videos as well. So I'm excited. I'm in the all new next gen Triton. I'm in the GSR model. And yesterday I got the opportunity to take it off-road, and we did some really cool four-wheel driving, and you'll see that in the video as well. But today I'm just going to drive around town and just get a bit of a feel for what it's like at low speeds and in cornering and just everyday driving. Yesterday I had a lot of high-speed driving, and it was so stable. It was amazing how calm it was on the road at high speeds. On dirt and tarmac, we were travelling a pretty good pace on the dirt as well. A lot of the talk with some of the other journalists that are at this launch is about the electric steering, and Mitsubishi made a point of saying that it's now an electric steering wheel, and that seems to make a difference to the stability as well as the way they built the steering rack. But one thing I really noticed yesterday when I was off the road, you don't get that feedback through the steering. So as you're bouncing around on the rocks and the trails, you're not getting that same jerking with the steering wheel because it's an electric power steering, which for me as a non-four-wheel drive person was actually very comfortable. So let's see what it's like on the road, hey? So what are the important things for fleets when you're buying a utility? Powerful engine, you want torque. If you're towing, you want to make sure you can tow. And the all-new Triton, I think, has all of that. We haven't been able to do any towing on this launch, but it's a brand new engine, and which gives you better fuel economy and gives you more torque across the range when you look at the torque curve. And you can certainly notice that torque curve when you're driving this car, that it, compared to the older model, it's a lot smoother, it's a lot more powerful. There's a lot more in the rev range, especially at high speed. And that comes from having a Euro 6 engine. It comes from a twin turbo setup in this car compared to the older model, so you don't get that lag when you put your foot down, and that was really evident when we were doing some off-road work as well. The other things you want from a fleet perspective is comfort. Mitsubishi talked about the research they did with fleet companies, and it's a big part of their market, not just with large national fleets, but with smaller fleets as well. They have a really strong market share in smaller fleets and then ABN holders. So they did a lot of work on the seat and the driving position. So the seat's actually raised up a bit higher in this model, and you've got all the steering wheel, you can adjust the steering, and you've got all the adjustments in the seat. But it's amazing how much of a difference this slight change has made over a longer trip. A lot of cars that I drive, I hit the 1 hour mark and my bum gets sore. You really notice the poor seat position and poor seat construction. But I spent 2 hours in the Triton yesterday, non-stop, and it was beautiful. There was no sore bum at all, and I put it down to the the new seating position. In the older model, I remember driving that, and the seating was nowhere near as comfortable. Adaptive cruise control, it's something that all modern cars have, and the new Mitsubishi Triton has it as well. You can set your distance. As you're travelling along, the vehicle will keep that distance for you and vary the speed depending on the vehicle in front of you. But one thing it doesn't do stop start. So when you come to a set of lights, once the vehicle gets to 25 kilometers an hour, it switches off, and you get a notification via a beep telling you that it's switched off. Now I find that really annoying, especially when I'm driving in city traffic like I do a lot of. I just want a vehicle to be able to stop itself, and I then want to be able to hit the button and have it start again, or for me to accelerate. But as I'm slowing down to lights and I've got it in cruise control, all of a sudden it beeps. It does sort of force me to pay more attention, which is, part of really, sort of what I should be doing anyway. But so I asked the Mitsubishi engineers, why have they made that decision? Is it a philosophical decision in that they want the driver to have more control? Is it a technical decision in that the vehicle can't, using the cameras and the technology, it can't actually do the stop-start? Or is it a user request? Is it something that their buyers said, no, we want to be able to be in control and we don't want to have that stop-start in traffic? So the answer was a technical decision. They didn't go into much detail, but they explained that with the pickup trucks, or the utes as we call them, that there are a number of different factors that go into the technology to make this system work. And there are challenges with the pickup truck to be able to get that stop-start adaptive cruise control. So because of those technical challenges, Mitsubishi have made the decision to stop it at 25 kilometers an hour. So I suppose adaptive cruise control when you're travelling at speed, whether it's on a freeway or at long distances, country roads, or even some metro freeways, it works fantastically well. But if you're travelling in stop-start traffic, you can't rely on the Mitsubishi adaptive cruise control, which for me is a little bit disappointing. But now I understand it's a technical reason, not a buyer decision or a philosophical decision from Mitsubishi. So there you go, that's the new Mitsubishi Triton. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now this one, it's a beautiful colour, it's a GSR, it's probably your novated lease vehicle. But for fleets, there's a lot of great stuff in this new Triton that will be benefit to your fleet. New engine, bigger cab, longer tray, better ride and handling through the locally tuned suspension. So yeah, check it out for your fleet. If you're looking for a vehicle that is current generation, brand new, and is going to hold its residual value when you have to sell it in 5 years' time, this is probably the truck for you.